Okay, so let us start. So now in the practical session, I will not take I will take around 30 to 40 minutes. That's it. So we will discuss about parts of a microscope. And this microscope, what photograph we have shown here, it is a simple compound microscope, or it is a microscope which we use in our labs. So this is the microscope. If you have an idea about these microscopes, it is more than so this is monocular microscope, and what we have in the lab is binocular microscope. So you can see with both the eyes. Here you can see with only one eye. There you can use both the eyes and you can see. All right. So I have already told you about myself. Then what are microscopes? Okay. It's optical instrument consisting of a lens or combination of lenses for making enlarged images of minute objects too small to be seen by the naked eye. So, if you want to enlarge first of all, this it is a optical instrument. It uses combination of lenses. Different lenses are there, and it will enlarge the minute objects which you cannot see with your naked eye. Microscopes commonly used in clinical practices are called light microscopes. Why? Because they use a beam of light to view specimen. That is why it is called light microscope. Why? Because they use a beam of light to view specimen, and they are used in clinical practices. Whenever we want to, suppose a case comes, some surgeon has given some tissue, he wants to know what is the diagnosis. They will send to us, and I've told you, we fix it, we process it, we embed the tissue in wax block, then we stain it, and then we see under the microscope, right? And then we give the diagnosis. So that is why final diagnosis is important. By only clinical examination, by seeing anything in the oral cavity or by radiographic examination, you cannot give the diagnosis. You can give diagnosis by only seeing under the microscope. So pathologists are very, very important because we interpret the report, we see the cellular architecture. Every lesion which appears in the oral cavity is very different in the microscope. It is not the same. So we will see the cellular architecture and we give the arrangement of the cells and then we give the diagnosis in the form of a document. So what are the parts of the microscope we should know? Right? So microscope on the right hand you see there's a photograph of the microscope. Right? So on the left hand you see it is a hand drawn diagram, left hand side. Right hand you see the photograph with naming. So in an exam we can ask you in lab session, we can keep the micros, we'll put the photograph and we'll point one or two arrows and we'll tell you to identify the markings. Okay, so one is eyepiece or ocular lens, means this is a binocular microscope. So with both the eyes you are seeing it is a ocular lens or eyepiece. That means with your eyes you will see it. So one eye in each lens. So that is why it is called binocular. So this is the eyepiece. One is the eyepiece. Number two is it is a revolving nose piece to hold multiple objective lenses. So two is the nose piece, and why it is used to hold multiple objective lenses. Number two is the nose piece. Three, three is the objective lenses. So there are different lenses which we use. 4x, 4x means it's 4x, 10x, 40x, oil immersion, like this. We use different lenses. 4x means initially to scan the lesion, we use 4x. Then if you want to magnify it and see, then we use it in 10x. If you want to further magnify, you will see in 40x, right? So these are the number three is objective lenses. Number four, what you see here is coarse focus. If you want to adjust, rough adjust, if you have to do, that is called coarse focus. Number 5 is fine focus, means if you want to finely adjustment, some cells you are unable to see, not see clearly, or some people see, one person has specs, another person doesn't have specs. So the person with the specs will find focus in a different way. The person who is not wearing specs will find focus in a different angle, right? So four is coarse focus, means grossly if you want to see this slide or gross adjustment if you want to do, at this coarse focus. Fine focus means very minute details which you want to see, you have to use that fine focus. Okay. And 6 is stage to hold the specimen, right? So 6 is stage to hold the specimen, means we keep the slide there, right? And we see under the microscope. That is a stage to hold the slide, a glass slide or tissue specimen. 7 is the illuminator. Illuminator means from there the light will come to the condenser and diaphragm, right? And from there it will, you can see through the objective lenses. So, seventh is the illuminator. Yes, it is the source of light. So, when you on the button, it is from this illuminator will act as a source of light, and then it passes through the diaphragm or condenser, which is number 8, and then through the objective lenses, that is number 3, you can see through the eyepiece, that is ocular lens. See, this PowerPoint presentation also will be given to you. In exam, we will just mark. Suppose we mark 6 and we will ask, what is its use? You should tell it is a stage to hold the specimen. That's it. Or we mark in one mark we give at number 7 and we'll ask what it is and why is it used. You'll tell it is illuminator, it is acts as a source of light. That's it. So from the illuminator source of light, the light passes through the diaphragm and condenser, and then it will pass through the specimen and through the objective or lenses and through the ocular lens or eyepiece we will see. No, it will not be an oral test. It will be something in the lab test when we are taking. It will be a written test, not oral. Right? Don't worry. That is later. When it comes, we will see. So, 8 is, I have told, diaphragm or condenser. Number 9 is mechanical stage. Means if you want to adjust the stage, if it goes front and back, left and right, if you want to adjust, that is a mechanical stage. Right? So, that is one point. And then X-ray mechanical stage knobs. So, if you want to, that you need not know. Rheostat is to adjust intensity of light. So, we may ask what it is, rheostat, we will mark there. And why it is used to adjust light intensity, because if too much of bright light is passing through the illuminator also, you will have problem, you cannot see. Or too much light, very light light also is passing, then also you cannot see. So we use rheostat. So first eyepiece, we may mark, we may put an arrow and we will ask what it is. You will tell it is an eyepiece. So why this eyepiece acts as an ocular lens, right? From where you will see the slide, right? So that where you place your eyes, that is the eyepiece. Then number 2 is what? Revolving nose piece to hold multiple objectives. So it will hold multiple objectives. So that is called revolving nose piece, right? We may ask, what is this use of revolving nose piece? Name the area and what is its use. So we'll mark at 2 and we'll ask what it is. Name nose piece. For what it is used to hold multiple lenses. Like that, we should know. Alright, so this is the way we should know what area it is and why it is being used. Next, the number 3, objective what it is? Objective lenses. You should write that much is more than enough. 4 is coarse knob. 5 fine knob. If you want to do coarse adjustment, use number 4. Fine adjustment, you should use small knob. Then 6 is what it is? Stage. 6 is stage. Why it is used? To hold the specimen. 7, what is 7? 7 is illuminator. Illuminator, why it is used? It is the source of light. Then what is 8? Is the diaphragm or the condenser. And 9, it is mechanical stage. If you want to adjust right, left, right, you use 9, right? And then you use, what is the use of rheostat? To adjust, we will tell, name the part and why is it used? We'll put an arrow there. It is rheostat to adjust light intensity, right? And there is X-ray mechanical stage knobs also. So this is the way you should know parts of the microscope. So sometimes maybe your course coordinator, Dr. Bharti, may show you in some lab this microscope, but you should know the parts of the microscope. That is very, very important. Okay. So what is the use of eyepiece? See what arrow we have marked in the microscope. See binocular or monocular microscope. What we are focusing here is an eyepiece. So what is eyepiece? The use of eyepiece is the specimen is viewed through the eyepiece. So you view the specimen through the eyepiece. What it has? It has a lens objective. The magnifying power of the eyepiece is in the range of 5x and 10x. In binocular microscope, the two eyepiece can be moved closely or farther apart. You can move close or far apart to adjust for the distance between the eyes by pulling or pushing motion. So it is very, very easy. What is eyepiece? Eyepiece is the specimen is viewed through the eyepiece. That is the use of the eyepiece. What it does? It magnifies the image. It magnifies power of the eyepiece, 5x or 10x. And in binocular microscope, the two eyepieces, why they are used to, if you want to move close, if you want to move far the eyepieces, you can do it. So that is the use of the eyepiece. So you should know its use of the eyepiece. Individual parts, you should know its uses. It's very easy. Microscope tube. So in red color, what we have marked is the microscope tube, right? In monocular or binocular, you will see this microscope tube. It is attached on top of the arm. So arm, now this is the arm of the microscope. So microscopic tube is above, it is attached on top of the arm, also called as body tube. It can be monocular or binocular, I have told you. It supports the eyepiece on the upper end and connects it to the objectives. So it supports the, what is the use of microscopic tube? It supports the eyepiece on the upper end and connects it to the objective lenses. It supports the eyepiece at the upper end and objectives below. So this is the use of microscope tube. So what is microscope tube? It is attached on top of the arm. It is also called as body tube. And what is its use? It supports the eyepiece on the upper end and the objectives lenses below. That is its use. Nose piece. See, I have made it as simple as possible, this presentation. No one can make you as simple and possible and give. So up is the diagrammatic representation drawing, and below is the arm of the microscopic tube, right? It houses the objectives and rotates them. So you should know, if we ask in exam, what is the use of the nose piece? You should be able to tell. It houses the objectives and it rotates them. So if you want to rotate the eyepieces, the 4 eyepieces what are there, if you want to rotate these eyepieces or the objective, right, that time you use this nose piece. If you want to rotate from 4x to 10x, 10x to 40x, or oil immersion, if you want to rotate these eyepieces, then or the objectives, you will need the nose piece. The objectives are arranged in sequential order of the magnifying power from low to high power. I told you the objectives will be 4x, 10x, 40x oil immersion. So from low to high power, they will be arranged. So this is the eyepiece. I hope it is clear, and it has both the houses the objectives, and it helps in rotation. If you want to change, rotate it from 4x to 10x, 10x to 40x, then it is used. Next, objectives. See objectives. The topmost figure is the diagrammatic representation, hand drawn, and below you will see. See how they are 4x, 10x, 40x, and 100x, right? 100x, or sometimes even oil immersion, it is called. The image of the specimen first passes through the objective. Objective with magnifying powers 4x, 10x, 40x, and 100x are commonly used. The magnifying power is marked on the lens and is called and is usually color coded for easy identification. See, they are color coded. Red means 4x. The red color ring is there here. In the center figure you see red color ring is 4x. Yellow color is 10x. Blue color is 40x. And white is 100x. So depending on the color coding, we'll come to know it is 4x, 10x, 40 or 100x. Very, very simple. No one can make it as simple as this. What is the use of objective? The image of the specimen first passes through the objective, right? The magnifying power is marked on the lens and usually color coded. And 4x is red, 10x is yellow, 40x is blue, and 100x is white. So these are the color coding of the objectives. And the below figure, lowest figure you see how it is fixed to the microscope with various colors. Mechanical stage. So it is a mechanical, it holds the slide and allows it to be moved. So if you want to move the slide from left to right, right to left, up to bottom, like that, top to bottom, then you need the mechanical stage. It is fitted with fine vernier graduations as on a ruler. So the right hand you see graduated located markings. So the markings are there. This helps in relocating a specified field of examination. So this is the stage. This is called mechanical stage, and it has slide holder. You see on the mechanical stage, there's something called slide holder. It holds the slide. It grips the slide tightly so that the glass slide doesn't fall down. And graduated locator markings are there. XY translational control norms are there. XY means right side, left side, up, below if you want to move. So you will use XY translational control hands, and then there is a stage, and stage lock control is there. If you want to lock the stage also, it is there. So this is the mechanical stage. Aperture. Red color arrow is the aperture. This is a hole on the microscope stage through which the transmitted light from the source reaches the stage. So from the light from below, from where the source of light is there, if it is to transmit up till the glass slide, we need an aperture, because if the stage is covered completely, it will not reach the slide, and then you cannot see. So this is a hole in the microscope stage through which the transmitted light from the source reaches the stage. That is its use. This is called aperture. Aperture means hole. Condenser. So what is condenser? Right? So condenser is, it illuminates the specimen and controls the amount of light and contrast. So yellow color, whatever we have put the box, yellow box you can see. So that is the condenser. It illuminates. Why is it used? It illuminates the specimen. Yes, it lights up the specimen and controls the amount of light and contrast. How much light should come, how much should not come, it will control. There are different types of condensers. An iris diaphragm is provided below the condenser, which adjusts the numerical aperture. So below the condenser you see there is an iris diaphragm which adjusts the numerical aperture of the condenser when using objectives having low magnifying power. So condenser, what is the use? It illuminates the specimen because light passes through it and controls the amount of light and contrast. How much light is required? You want more light, less light, contrast, bright, everything, it will help. So that is called condenser. and below the condenser is the iris diaphragm. So you can see below the condenser in the figure, you'll see iris diaphragm. Iris diaphragm is provided below the condenser, which adjusts the numerical aperture of the condenser when using objectives having low magnifying power. Light source. So, source of light, at least you know, light source means from where the light passes, that is the light source. Okay. Mirror. So, this is the mirror. In the microscope, you see below the image, red color arrow is the mirror. And it is a hand-drawn image above. The mirror is the simplest illuminator. The two-sided mirror provides necessary illumination through reflection of natural or artificial light. What is the use of mirror? For reflection, to provide necessary illumination. How? Through reflection of natural or artificial light. That is called mirror. It has two surfaces, one plane for artificial light and the other concave for natural light. So it has two surfaces, plane for artificial light, concave for natural light. It is supported on two sides by a fork fixed on a mount in a way that permits free rotation. So it is fixed here. See, it is a fork fixed here. See, the fixation is here. It holds the mirror and the mirror can be turned left, right, above, below. It can be turned. So that is called fork, which is holds the mirror. So what is the use of mirror? It is the simplest illuminator. It is a two-sided mirror. Why? It provides necessary illumination through reflection of natural or artificial light. And it has two surfaces, plane surface for artificial light and the other concave surface for natural light. So we will ask you, what is the use of mirror? It is used for reflection of natural and artificial light, and it has two surfaces, one plane for artificial light and the other for natural light. It is found in both monocular and binocular, right? Not only monocular, even binocular. Even binocular has a mirror. It is supported on two sides by a fork. So next is illuminator. Illuminator is built into the base of the microscope. Illuminator is a source of light. A halogen bulb provides the best illumination. So illuminator is at the base of the microscope. Red color arrow you see, that is the illuminator, base of the microscope. Inside the illuminator there is a halogen bulb. What it does, it provides the best illumination. On top of the illuminator is an inbuilt filter holder to fit the filter of desired quality. So on the top of it is the fit holder. What it does, to fit the filter of desired quality. If you want to put some filter so that the light passes through the filter and comes to you, so you put the filter holder. So this is the duty of illuminator. Coarse and fine fixation. So of course, see here, red color arrows you see, coarse or fine fixation. They used to change the distance between the specimen slide and the objective. So if you want to change the distance between the specimen slide and the objectives, if you want to see, so coarse and fine focus knobs are used. The coarse focusing knob alters the distance rapidly and is used to bring the specimen into the field of view using an objective having low magnification power. So coarse, what it does, it alters the distance rapidly. That is why it is called coarse. Gross adjusting, if you want to do, it will alter the distance rapidly. And fine focusing knob, what it does, it changes the distance very slowly and permits better viewing of the object. So you should know what is coarse and fine focusing knob and what is its uses. They are used to change the distance between the specimen slide and the objective. Coarse focusing knob alters the distance rapidly. Fine focusing alters the distance very slowly. So this is a much clearer view what I can show. Next is arm. The arm connects the body tube to the base of the microscope. So the arm, what it does, connects the body tube. The upper portion is the body tube. It connects to the base. Red color arrow below is the base of the microscope. It connects. It has a duty to connect the body tube to the base of the microscope. So you should know the uses. On-off switch. This switch on the upper base of the microscope turns the illuminator off and on. If you want to on and off a light, there is a button. How you have light buttons at your home, same type of button will be there on the microscope where you can switch on and switch off the or illuminate. Base below arrow you see it is the base. The base supports the microscope and it's where illuminator is located. So the base supports the microscope and it is where the illuminator is located. So we will go back and we will revise again because revision is mother of memory and we have to revise. I'll revise in 5 minutes, right? So you will come to know about the microscope, how it is. So this is the easiest and simplest way anyone can use to explain you the slide. Okay. So what is microscope? It is an optical instrument which has combination of lenses and combination of lenses for making large image. So if you want to magnify image of minute objects, you use it and without the help of the naked eye. Too small to be seen by the naked eye. So the light microscope which are used, it is monocular or binocular. And someone asked me, mirror is there for monocular as well as binocular. Light microscope because they use a beam of light to view specimen. So that is why it is called light. Then parts of the microscope, see, one is the eyepiece or ocular lens from where you will see. Two is the nose piece. Nose piece, what it does, it revolves. If you want to move the objective lenses, that is number 3. If you want to move objective lenses, nose piece is involved. And objective lenses, there are different types: 4x, 10x, 40x, 100x. So if you want to move, you can move it. Then you have the coarse knob, 4 fine knob, coarse adjustment or fine adjustment if you want to do. Then stage to hold the specimen. Then 7 is the illuminator through which the light passes and it has bulb there, right? Then diaphragm or condenser, it will allow how much light you want to allow, it will allow, right? Then there is mechanical stage. If you want to move the slide left, right, then it will have a clip holder to hold the slide. And X wire mechanical stage knobs to move slide, and rheostat is to adjust the light intensity. Eyepiece, I have told you, red color arrow. You will see all whatever parts I discussed, it is present both in monocular and binocular. So don't get confused. Eyepiece is viewed through the eyepiece. The specimen is viewed through the eyepiece. It magnifies the image. What is the use of eyepiece? Magnifies the image. Magnifying power of the eyepiece is in the range of 5x, 10x. And in binocular microscope, the two eyepieces can be moved closer. If you want to move closer far, you can move by pushing and pulling motion. The microscopic tube, I have told you, it supports the eyepiece on the upper end and connects to the objective lenses below. Eyepiece at the upper end connects the below. It is also called as body tube. It can be seen in monocular, binocular both. Nose piece, I have told you, this nose piece is revolving nose piece. You can rotate the objectives and you need to rotate. Why? Because scanner view is 4x. If you want to magnify 10x, 40x, 100x, then it is used to rotate the nose pieces. Then objectives, I have told you they come into 4 different colors. 4x is red color, 10x is yellow, right? 40x is blue, and 100x is white in color. So they are 4 in number. You can adjust from lower. First, you should always start with lower magnification. 4x is also called as scanner view because you will scan the slide. Then slowly you will start magnifying it, and they are color coded. So you should know the color coding. You may ask in exam. Mechanical stage, I have told you, it holds the slide and allows it to be moved. And it has markings, that those are called vernier graduations, and it is used in relocating a specified field. If you want to change the field, you are unable to see anything, then you change and you will see something. Then still if you want to change and see other structures, this mechanical stage is used. Aperture, it allows the light from the illuminator, it's a hole on the microscope through which the transmitted light from the source of the illuminator reaches the stage. Condenser, it illuminates the specimen, controls the amount of light and contrast. So how much amount has to go, how much contrast has to be there for methoxylin and eosin staining, it will decide. There are different types of condensers, and an iris diaphragm is there. Below the condenser lens, there is an iris diaphragm which adjusts the numerical aperture. Light source, you know already. Mirror. Now this mirror, it will be both in monocular and binocular microscope. A two-sided mirror provides necessary illumination through reflection of natural and artificial light. That's two surfaces. One plane surface for artificial light, concave for natural light. And it has a fork through which it is fixed and it is held firmly there. Then illuminator, it is at the base, halogen bulb is there, it provides the best illumination. It is built on the base of the microscope. On top of the illuminator is a filter. It filters the light of desired quality. Then coarse and fine knob adjustments. You can do coarse adjustment, gross adjustment. If you want to do fine adjustment, you can do. The coarse focusing knob alters the distance rapidly, and fine focusing distance very slowly. You should know what it is and what are its use and where it is located on the microscope. This much you know, more than enough. I have made this presentation as simple as possible. Arm, the arm connects the body tube to the base of the microscope. It connects the body tube to the base of microscope. An on-off switch is there, like a button, switch button. You want to on and off the light. And base, the base supports the microscope, and it's where the illuminator is located. So this is all about the microscope. In your practical exam, sometimes we may ask the parts of the microscope, where it is located, and what are the uses of the microscope. And this PPT also, I will give you PowerPoint presentation, and it's very simple, as far as simple I have done. So very simple questions will be asked in the exam. You should know where it is located, what is its function, and what are its uses, what does it do, why it is important for the microscope. So this is what we will ask you, and it will be very simple. Microscope figure will be there, one arrow will be put, we will ask what it is and what are its uses, and you should tell where it is located and what is its function, and very easy. Okay, so easy, yes, lemon squeezy it is. So thank you everyone for your patient hearing, right? So I hope I have not bored you. So these are very bland topics. So I have tried to make it as interesting as possible and as simple as possible. And both the PowerPoint presentations will be given to you. Thank you so much. Bye.